Lo que hay, mi gente? Welcome back to 2 Drinks and a Ting, special edition, 3 Drinks and a Ting. My name's Nathalia.
I'm Holly.
And I'm Zach.
And we're here, special edition, this newly engaged. Before we begin, this is Holly. You may have heard her been mentioned as Zach's girlfriend. She's been upgraded as 2 weeks ago. She is now a fiance. It's about time. What is a ting without her 2 drinks? And today's drink is a TikTok favorite, allegedly. It is called the Adult Swim. It is with 1 ounce coconut rum, Malibu, 1 ounce the blue, what's it called?
Blue Carousel.
Blue Carousel. I've been calling it coracos for like the whole entire time. Right? And it has Sprite. And then I put the whipped cream on top. It's Cardi B's caramel.
It's pretty good.
Delicious.
Strong as fuck. Ew. Did you say flavor for later?
He sure did. He sure did.
Ew. Okay.
Cut this shit out. Cut that shit
Oh my God. So before we begin, who is Holly? Holly was Zach's girlfriend, but how I knew her was Zach's roommate. You see the levels that she's gone?
And they were roommates.
I beat you to it.
Oh my God, they're so in sync.
It's crazy.
You see the progression. So for you people out there fucking your roommates, this could be you one day.
It's fun.
Look at this big bitch.
Damn.
Right there. So yeah, so I met Holly as a roommate. It was the day we went to go watch Endgame.
Was that really the first time you met me?
Yeah, that was the first time I met you. And then after that, it was always just like, oh, we're going to the bar crawl.
Because we're alcoholics, apparently.
These are my alcoholic friends, by the way, who forced me to drink at the Cinco de Mayo. She is the one I blacked out looking at. She has an aura about her.
Let's be honest, Endgame, that was a bonding experience.
It was.
It brought us all together.
It was our whole entire row. So we worked at a call center and it was a row of like 8-10 people in it. Let's do it. And it was a bonding experience.
We loved it.
It was amazing. I loved it.
Good times. 10 out of 10. Would do again.
With certain people.
Yeah, with certain people.
Other than that, but yes. So my goal of having Holly in today is, you know, the timeline. What's up with the relationship? How did it go from roommates to fuck buddies to girlfriend to fiance? The day of the engagement, you just thought it was a regular, because I remember the cover was you guys going to go see
Comedy show.
a comedy show for the podcast that you guys listened to.
Yeah, Bad Friends, Bobby Lee, and Andrew Santino.
How was that?
It was a lot of fun, actually.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not a big comedy person, like the shows, because they talk about really, raunchy stuff and things that I'm like, ooh, they really said that.
Like problematic shit?
Yeah. Yeah.
It was good. No, we loved it. You're in a safe place during those comedy shows, so
Exactly. Like
to make you laugh.
at this point, you have an audience. Your audience knows what type of like humor you have and shit like that. So I'm
Exactly.
assuming it's like not a like, ooh, that's some left
It's
bullshit.
like if you go into a comedy show and you get upset,
That's
you
your
got-
fault.
You got problems you need to deal with. So you got to look at some inward work, okay?
Ooh.
Pass it back.
I asked Zach like the day of or the day before. I was like, "Are you nervous?" He said, "Yeah," but that's like per usual.
Mhm.
But you're the bystander who didn't know what the fuck was going on. You just
I
thought it
had
was.
no idea.
How was your day? How was it?
It was good. We started out with massages, and then we went to the pool, dinner.
You didn't expect anything.
I think like a few months, because this was like months in advance where
It
we got
was.
the tickets for the comedy show. So he was like, okay, I got the tickets. And then like a week or two later, it was like, I got Portofino. I was like, okay, cool. But one night, right? No, I got 2 nights. I'm like, okay, even better. And then he was talking about massages. We were going to dress up fancy for dinner and we're going to take pictures before. And I'm like,
And this is all 2 weeks after he bought the tickets? Or is this like...
it was like throughout the whole
Oh,
process.
okay.
Yeah. And I'm like, you never want to do this. Like, take pictures before dinner and dress up. Like, okay, sure. Might as well. And then he started saying next year is when we're going to get engaged. Next year. So I was like, okay, so maybe not the weekend we have the comedy show.
Mm-hmm.
Because
He's smart.
it was a lot. It was a lot going on. But yeah, I had like no idea. It was pretty nice. And like I was on autopilot. Like I didn't plan anything. This was all his weekend. I just had to follow him and be ready at the time that he wanted me to be ready at. Didn't have to stress about anything. It was great.
I'm shocked that you didn't have like any like thought like, oh, something's happening.
Well, at the beginning, yeah, I did. Because then, right before Mother's Day, he had a package delivered.
Which I said, she's better than me because my nosy ass would have ripped that bitch open to see exactly what the fuck was going on.
So I am not a psycho girlfriend.
Mm-mm.
Not psycho in that way. I'm psycho in like, I'm a planner, but not a psycho girlfriend. So he was like, there's a package that got delivered. You need to get it, but don't open it up. And I'm like, I'm not going to open up your mail. But now I'm like, what's in it?
Right?
What's in it?
Don't open it.
And he said, oh, it's a Mother's Day gift for my mom. And I'm like, bitch never gets Mother's Day gifts. What? And he actually showed me the gift. And I was like, oh, shit. Okay.
I'm paranoid.
Okay.
The genius part was because there was a necklace that was sent to my mom's house, so I swapped that with the ring. Like I took the package over there and I put the necklace in that bag, and then brought it back to the main house and was like, "Oh look, this is what I got my mom. And like this is for her." You're like, "Wow, that's so beautiful, crazy." I'm like, "Yeah, you had no idea what it was."
I felt so afraid because I think me and Zach had met up. We're like, yo, the ring got delivered and Holly signed for it. I was like, did she find out? I was so afraid because I thought Holly was going to be one of the people that love to like look through people's shit because I have a friend who does not give a flying fuck. Like if she sees something, she's like, what the fuck is this? She gonna open it. So I was like, did she open it? Like, oh my God, I'm so stressed for you. And he was like, no, thank God she didn't. She allegedly like messaged him like, I'm not going to jail opening your mail. And I was like, thank God, she better than fucking.
I legit said that.
I'm like,
I didn't say that.
She's better than me. Because me, I would open it and then tie that bitch back up. Like you never knew.
Okay, but I was stressed when it got delivered because I'm a person where I don't like clothes, people, okay? Like, I get home from work and those clothes are off. I hate clothes. So I was in the kitchen doing dishes and I heard a knock on the door. And our door is, like, right by the kitchen because we have a tiny home. And
why she put it like that?
It's too small.
I love a tiny home. P.S. guys, I'm thinking of downgrading, getting a tiny home. Let me know if you got one. But go on.
And we live on his parents' property, so I thought it was his mom. And so I panicked. I said, hold on a minute. Wait. Because I was naked.
Don't you have...
Yes, you can see in. So that also went through my mind because we have a back porch that kind of goes like... If you're over the railing, you can definitely see in through the kitchen window where I was standing at the sink.
Oh, my God.
Thank God it was a female, though. But anyways, I thought to run, and I don't have anything that I can just throw on.
You don't have a robe?
Yeah, but I'm not going to wear it.
Oh.
Like, to the door.
It's decorations.
I'm not gonna wear it.
Not to like the door. So I, like, find a dress, throw it on, went back. I said, I am so sorry.
The girl was
not
naked.
ready. So, yeah, it was a story from the beginning, I guess.
I remember, I don't know if it was that day, but he was like, what you doing on Thursday? I'm like, nothing. He was like, well, aren't you working? I'm like, yeah, but I got PTO. What we doing? I never want to go to work. So he was like, I'm heading over to Portofino. Do you want to join me? We're going to scope out some stuff. Yes! Give me a reason to fucking leave work. So he was just like, I'm going to do it at Portofino. And then that's when he told me the whole entire spiel of the comedy show as like the main drawback. And he was just like, I don't know how I'm going to work it because he was going to ask a mutual friend of ours who's a photographer, take the candid photos and whatnot. And I was just spewing out fucking lies. Okay, so he was just there doing a commercial and y'all just bumped into him. Like, I'm a great liar. I figured out during this whole entire time. We were just scoping. Like one day... He picked up his grandmother. We went on that Thursday. We scoped out and I felt very humbled. Not that he asked because he gave a fuck, but I think he just wanted to see an extra head. But I was like, I'm helping my friend plan out his engagement. Oh my God. I felt important in the family, but yeah.
And you are. Because the one best thing about you, you are blunt.
Yes.
You're very blunt with your opinions. And it's what we need more of. So that's what I was like, I need Nathalia. She'll tell me if this shit is good or if it's bad.
I felt like a wedding planner. I was asking the lady, where do you guys have special places? She showed us the balcony that I didn't know we can enter into.
Which we never knew was there.
Exactly.
Right.
I was like, is this the only pretty place here? Because where they got engaged, that is like a courtyard near the pool. And I was just like, is there a lot of high traffic? And literally like...
Get out of my head, dude. Seriously, I'm gonna is there a way you can insert a photo right here?
I could. We'll block her face.
Yeah,
it's
right
okay.
Here's the photo.
So it's just an empty field, and I was like, okay, I don't think a lot of people are gonna be here. And then the moment I say that, I see a guy on a fucking bike, and I'm just like, the fuck kind of shit is this? Why you just got random people on bikes out in this bitch? You're ruining the aesthetic. But like I was telling him, like, you need to be like this, you need to pose this way, and he needs to come from this area because she's not gonna see him from this corner, and he can get some good shots. If he comes from this corner, his big ass, people are gonna see him because he can't like hunch over. He's like a tall guy. So it's just like, she's gonna see his ass. Even though she's gonna be looking at your eyes and just seeing the action, she's gonna see some big ass shadow there. Like, what the fuck is going on over here? So I was like, he has to come from this area. This is the shot you're gonna get. And then our other friend, he's there with his own camera, like getting the potentials. And I'm like, okay, this looks cute. This looks cute. Let's do this.
That's
and
good.
Literally, Zach is just like, he was just there.
I didn't argue. I didn't argue with anything.
No.
I spent my money. I got it set up. Months and months of planning. I think I originally wanted to do it when we were in California for Heather's wedding.
Yeah.
That was my plan. Like, I was going to do it. I'm the one who's talking now. Because that was my whole plan. It was to be like, so you were with your family out there, and then Heather could be there to enjoy as well. But things happened. Didn't do it then. I remember texting Haley about it, saying all those things that I was going to do it then. It was going to happen. Didn't. And then I just replanned. I knew about the Bad Friends episode for the podcast. So we planned that, bought those tickets. And I knew we always would get our nails done. So I fucking had that shit ready. We got our nails done like the day before.
Behind the scenes.
It's good to pamper yourself. Let me tell you, that shit feels good.
Men, we don't like to fuck people with dirty nails. Get it together.
Okay, so my friend Heather, she's my best friend. She got married in February. That's when we were in California. So she's doing the bouquet toss. I am eyeing Zach from across the room, making sure his ass is still in that chair. Because I'm like, we are not doing this at a best friend's wedding. We are not doing it.
I asked him, I was like, are you going to do a big, proposal? And then he was like, no, Holly does not want that. I'm like, Holly doesn't want that. One thing you have to know about Holly's ass, she's very animated in the terms of she is very excited about things. She's a Disney bitch. So that should just say it by itself. So I was like, she doesn't want all the attention. Like, she doesn't want a big show. And he's just like, she does not want that. She wants it to be us so we can do things afterwards. So I was like shocked.
No, I am an easy to please person where I could literally have a cheese plate and he could have been down on one knee. We have like a jacuzzi tub and we were in that thing all the time. Like, do it in there, it would have been fine.
I thought you were going to suspect stuff.
I did a little, but not a whole lot. Because then he was like, next year. And in my head, I'm like, next year I'm turning 30.
Did you have a timeline? Like, because I know, like, for my friend, when she was dating her now husband, she told him after a certain point in their relationship, she's like, we're almost hitting that 5-year mark. By the 5th year, if I'm not already engaged, we got to evaluate our relationship. Like, did you not have that in your relationship?
So we did start as roommates. When I moved here to work at Disney, I was a CP. That was in 2017. In 2018, February, I got full-time and I needed a place to stay. Zach came in.
Zach is a serial killer. Let's just say that. He's fucking weird.
My best friend did text me. He was like, he's not going to kill you in your sleep, right?
It's weird because I asked him, I was like, how the fuck did you guys meet? And he said that he met her on an outing and heard that she needed a roommate. And he was like, so do I. And then they became roommates. And I'm just like, what a psychopath. Like, why is she just willing to get murdered by you?
We did meet before that. We met out in like the bar scene. Wait, I was wasted, definitely wasted. But yeah, I got full time. I needed a place to live.
Mm-hmm.
And him and his roommates had a roommate moving out. And
Yeah.
then, I moved in with him. And then the lease was up in May. And I was like, come live with my friend and I've known since second grade. And we lived with her for 2-3 years.
Is this the one? That's the story, bitch.
And then during that time with her, that's when we got drunk again. And I made the first move in 2019, June.
Mm-hmm.
And then he finally
Pre-COVID.
manned up.
So is the wedding going to be in June? Not this June.
It's hot. It is hot AF in Florida, people. It is not going to be in June.
Okay.
Sorry.
I know your relationship progressed kind of a more organic way, being friends. That's 3 years. Oh my God.
Yeah, we celebrated 3 years this year and 5 years of living together. So, no, we didn't really talk about a timeline. I mean, growing up as a girl, you're like, my uterus, I need to have babies by this time.
Mhm.
So, of course, I was like, I want to have a certain amount of babies before I'm 30.
Life.
Not happen that way, which is fine.
Are you from like a religious household?
I am not.
Okay. No. All right. With your relationship, did you communicate like, okay, I want to be married. So if you're not the one who's trying to get married, we can cut this shit off right now? Or were we just going with the flow?
To me, I think I was just going with the flow. I mean,
Mhm.
at first when we were just roommates, I didn't want to ruin anything. Like, I enjoyed our friendship that we had. So I
You
was
always
like,
had a crush on her? Or you always thought she was cute?
oh, definitely always thought she was. Why do you think I asked her to be my roommate? Let's be honest. Come on.
Yo, broke ass needed a roommate. What you mean?
I needed someone to pay the bills and I needed someone cute in the other room. Come on now. And we hung out and we got along really well. So I was like, I'd rather us just be friends. I don't want to ruin anything. We click. And then just more and more happened. And she called me out on my shit and it was good. Alcohol.
If you want to get
Yeah.
your man drunk his ass up,
No.
take advantage.
I'm the victim.
How is that though? Like going from friends to a relationship?
It's beautiful.
When we were roommates, so we lived by Champions Gate. But we were coming back from Target, and I don't know what we were talking about, but all of a sudden I brought up, oh, if we're not married by this age, we're going to get married. And he said yes. And he goes, even if I am married, I'll ditch my wife and kids for you.
Holly is a homewrecker.
What can I say?
I am not. Do not spread that.
So back to the day of popping the question. I was on edge. I was waiting to see on Instagram her posting photos because he doesn't have an Instagram. So I was waiting for the story to be like, I'm engaged. And she never fucking posted it. So I asked our friend who was the photographer. I was like, so how was, Portofino? Was it amazing? And all he said was, yeah, man, it was beautiful. It was Kenya. So then I was just like, okay, so what happened? Like, he is not the one to give any fucking information. I was like, you suck. I need to have Kevin or something over here who's gonna give me all the fucking tea. I waited till the next day. He secretly got all his friends together, invited her best friend, and we just all met there as a celebration for their engagement. I was like, oh my God, how was it? But I was waiting for this pod to get the deed.
I don't think I got nervous until like 10 or 15 minutes before. Because, of course, knowing Florida, it doesn't rain until the fucking moment you need it. You don't need it to.
We were in the room getting ready, and he is freaking out over the rain. Mind you, we've been living in Florida for like a hot second, so we have raincoats, okay? And my dumbass, because I didn't know what was happening, was like, you need to calm down. We got raincoats. What is the problem?
I'm surprised Dad didn't give you the fucking like something else is happening.
He doesn't like rain as it is. He doesn't like his socks wet, which I get. Soggy socks are not fun.
Anyways, what really happened, I was shitting bricks, okay?
Mhm.
And then eventually, the rain finally stopped. So
We didn't have alternative spots picked out.
See, because that was happening. I know, every spot was outside. So pick an indoor spot, people.
For real, especially if you live in fuck ass Florida. You need your spots.
So that was happening. Ken's telling me that he's running late. He's in
Oh
traffic.
my God.
So I think that was also in my mind. Like, okay, I got to stall. I said we're going to leave at this time. That's why I'm like, I don't want to leave the room yet. Let's just stay here and hang out a little bit. And then we left the room to take photos. I didn't bring the ring with me yet. 5 times we went back to the room so I could go get the ring. And she was like a fucking little dog. She kept following me every time. Like, fucking wait outside.
No, I would go inside too.
I mean, I didn't say anything. So eventually, like, as we get down the hall, I'm like, oh, I forgot my wallet. I got the ring. It's in my pocket. We're going around taking photos. Of course, every photo we're taking, she's on my other side. And then we get to the spot, recording a video, which I don't think I planned to record a video, but eventually it happened. And as we're recording the video, I give her the hug and then said, oh, this is going to be a good video. And she's like, going to be a good video. Why?
She's paranoid, sis. She knows some shit going down.
But it was months in the making. I think like 6 months before is when I was planning everything almost.
Yeah.
So I was texting like her sister,
Mm-hmm.
Haley, Heather. Yep, I texted. Those were the first 3 people.
You know what? I was just like, when he told me you guys were going to Italy, I was like, because they're obsessed with Portofino. And I was just like, are you going to propose? And he was just like, no. And then that's when he told me he was waiting for her friend's wedding. Okay, maybe he's lying to me.
It's too expected. Everybody expected it.
Oh, okay.
So, and I never been out of the country. And I'm like, I just want to enjoy. I don't want the stress of having this thousands and $1,000 ring in my suitcase, carrying it across the sea.
Yeah.
Hoping that doesn't get stolen.
Mm.
So I'm like, we're enjoying my time. We're going to have
What a way
fun.
to psych her out, though. Imagine if you did give her like a gift and then it was just like,
Psych.
you fucking
a mint.
thought.
My best friend got engaged last May, so right before we went to Europe. And I was telling everyone, I'm like, there are 3 outcomes of this Europe trip. She gets engaged, I get engaged, we both get engaged, or none of us get engaged. She got engaged right before. We were leading up to the trip, and he had a heart-to-heart with me saying we're not getting engaged.
Oh.
So it was the last option that no one was getting engaged.
Unless you're trying to psych you out.
But no, I needed to let her know.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Mind your business, people, okay?
That
If people
kinda-
are happy, let them be.
No, but that is kind of the assumption where you're going to like the most romantic place on earth. You're just like,
Still was the most
you're gonna
romantic
get
place.
engaged.
Paris isn't shit, okay?
Congrats again.
Thank you.
And I was so happy they had like a dinner afterwards. I'm like, am I invited? Because he likes to tell me shit that I'm not invited to. So I'm just like, okay, am I invited? He was like, of course you're invited. I don't know. I'm not going to assume.
Everything was perfect. Nothing went bad. I think what gets me is like how so many people say that, oh, like I wish my guy planned stuff like that. I'm like, men ain't planning shit out like this?
Apparently
when they
not.
Propose?
His count
17
went
people.
crazy. Like he was saying like, oh, I got a table for 12 and then it jumped to 15. And then like the day of it went down drastically. I think it was like what, 10 people?
10 people, which was perfect amount. It was good. We had the hotel room. We had the show. Next day we went to the parks. My childhood friends came out. Haven't seen them in like 6 years.
That's cute. It's nice that they came out too.
Oh, I loved it. My heart was very full.
I was shocked that your friend flew out here because they lived in Miami, right?
2 of them live in Miami. My other friend lives still back in Indiana. So she flew out.
Okay.
And then her friend lives in Boston, Haley.
Mhm.
So I'm glad everybody came out. It was such a good time.
They're best friends because I'm sorry. I love my friends, but I'm not going to fly out here for you.
But also shout out to my sister and my best friend from back home in California. They got together with my best friend's parents and my aunts and cousins.
Did see that photo that you posted of them all around the table together. That's so cute.
So after he asked, we went to dinner. And he goes, I would call your sister and Heather. Mind you, I did not know how many people he told.
Everyone but her, literally.
And also, in my mind, I'm like, you already told them that's happening, so why do I have to tell them? My best friend texted him a picture of everyone. And of course, that made me emotional. FaceTimed them, and they passed me around, and it was so sweet.
That's so cute.
It made me have FOMO, though, because I really wanted to be there.
Mhm.
But it's fine, because then we had more people show up. Which then I asked him as well after having to call people. I'm like, is there anyone coming up from out of town? Because in my head, I only have until Tuesday off. It's like, no one. It's just us for dinner and tomorrow and us on Monday. And I was like, okay, cool.
Were you shocked to see
Haley? Yeah, I was. But yeah, I had no idea
Okay.
about anything.
Well, that's nice.
Yeah, but my heart was so full.
A pleasant surprise.
It was.
Oh, that's so cute.
Yeah.
Has anything changed between you guys? Because I know I've heard people say like, oh, once you get the ring, is anything in your relationship that like changed?
Physically, it feels the same, but I don't know, emotionally,
It's different.
I feel like it's like something feels elevated.
It's different.
I think I haven't broken the cycle of we still call each other boyfriend and girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
We're just so used to
Fiance.
it. So maybe like fiance.
Oh, you gotta put that French accent. My
Fiance.
fiance.
But it's good. I think I even had Heather even sent you like a care package of gifts
Oh.
that she didn't even know about. I was like, oh yeah, I got to return this. It has my dad's name on it, and I have to take it back in the mail. And I brought it into the hotel room. I'm like, so I lied to you again, and this is another surprise.
This is scary. He's a liar, y'all.
When my best friend got engaged, I wasn't there. So the guilt in me sent her a big package, just like the one she sent me.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, and so she said she was having a hard time with not being there, and I'm sure the guilt also kicked in for her, and she sent me a ton of crap. Not crap. It was beautiful, and we still love it, or I love it. It was Minnie Mouse ears from the Fairy Tale Weddings collection,
Mm-hmm.
which I didn't find out until today. And then it was rings for the gym. So
She's a baker, guys. So I told Zach, I was like, watch her come home one day and she'd be like, the rock is fucking missing. I'm like, are you going to get her silicone rings? Because that's a expensive ass muffin that a bitch is going to get.
I take the ring off at work. I put on my necklace.
Okay.
Because
Did you
we
show
can't
your
have
people?
this. I showed people who I'm close with.
Okay.
She still has wine from her wedding. And so she gave us a bottle of wine for when we're planning our wedding.
Oh.
And I got surprisingly got very emotional over that. I'm like, even in the video, I was like, I don't know why I'm getting emotional over it.
Mhm.
They gave us a wedding planning book and like a ring little dish. I love them. And that's what I got.
My friend's husband, he didn't know that she was supposed to buy the ring, so he bought both of them at the same time. I thought if you buy the engagement ring, like for the women, the men's comes as like a matching set or whatever. I assumed that was it. Apparently fucking not.
Do men need an engagement ring?
I don't know. It
Because I've
depends
heard
on
it's
who
like
you
a
are.
cultural kind of thing. Like different cultures will get an engagement ring, but most of the men will just wait until they get married.
So you didn't, I thought you got, so all you got were her engagement rings and her wedding ring?
Yes, yeah. So I got that set together.
Okay.
Which shout out to my uncle because he helped me out with that.
He sure
He's
did.
a diamond dealer in California. Whew, save some money. Let me tell you,
Facts.
a friends and family discount.
Speaking of family in California, you didn't ask for blessings or from her father?
No, yeah, just to her sister.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll leave it at that.
All right.
At one point, my father told me that whoever asked for my hand of marriage, he would say yes no matter what. And I was like, what if you don't like them?
Mhm.
And he goes, well, if they make you happy. And I'm like, even if you don't like them? So from there, I got a little weirded out. And so, I told him, just ask my sister.
Oh, so that was a conversation like after you became official,
Yeah. As you should always talk about it because you got to know.
even though you may not have a good connection with him. Like, was that still a given? Like, out of respect, I guess.
No.
No.
No. No, I'm really close to my sister.
So was your sister taking the place of like that
Yes.
family member? Like, if you don't get along with my sister, I can't mess with you.
Yeah. Yeah, my sister and like my best friend. If you didn't get with my best friend, like, sorry.
It's literally Spice Girls want to be on this bitch.
Yeah, my best friend and I are 26 years strong. So, okay, my number one thing about being engaged so far. If you are planning on getting engaged, do not announce it until you have a date, okay? That is my number one tip.
Oh,
That is the first question everyone asks you is when is it? And it's like, this ring has been on my finger for like an hour. What do you mean?
well, I feel like people talk about that. Like, you know how like women would be like, oh, I want a spring wedding or I want a fall wedding, shit like that.
But you still need a venue.
Oh.
You can't have a date until you have a venue. Because what if they're not like you go in and you're like, I need an April 1st date. Oh, sorry, ma'am, we don't have that date. Well, what do you mean? But I also get it because it's all the people that are like out of state. So I get it. But at the same time, it's like, give us time.
Relax. Has anyone given you guys unsolicited advice now that you guys are officially like engaged?
No, actually, everyone's been very supportive. The only thing that's been annoying is the
dates?
dates. He came home stressed the other day, and I'm like, what's wrong? And he goes, everyone keeps asking about the date. And I'm like, this is our timeline. We could literally be engaged for like 5 years, but we're not going to. I will not let that happen. It's in our hands.
That never got into my my mind. I was just always thinking like, am I invited?
You will be invited.
That's all I
You
want.
are on the guest list.
I don't want to assume that I'm invited because am I the asshole later on in life? You would think for what certain people do that they would get like an invite, but I try not to assume so I don't get my feelings hurt in case that is how life goes.
You will be invited, but you might not get a +1. How about that?
Who plus one am I bringing? Dumbledore?
No.
We know that motherfucker don't like nobody. I got no +1. I'll roll up to that bitch by myself. Just
Yo,
seat me close
terrifies me.
to the people I know.
Demon dog is what that thing is.
He really is. Everyone knows he's a demon, but just seat me close to friends I can chit chat to. Don't put me at a singles table. I'll fuck all y'all hoes up. I'll ruin something. Don't put me at a singles table.
Make it noted. Refer
Don't.
back to this if we do.
Don't. I will have pictures. These motherfuckers put me at a singles table. And you want to see the connections that they try to put me up with? Slideshow. Please don't.
I'll only put you there if we get a single
Ginger?
ginger from England. Don't know how that would happen, but
I'll take it.
I'll fly them in.
Partner up with Stuart.
Get the Weasleys up in here.
Oh my God.
Please do. We love me a Harry Potter fan. Ooh.
What's next? What's next?
So, am I the asshole? I have this one that's so funny. It's a wedding theme because, as you didn't know, they're going to get married. Oh, wait, before we go into there, now that you have the next step in your life, what's in the short future? Are you guys going to be looking for like houses? Are you going to start trying to get the roots down?
Well, yeah, we're hoping the market
Saving?
crashes in October and we'll be buying a house. But if not, still looking.
You're leaving me here?
Yeah. Maybe move to Colorado or move across the seas, right? Right? Yeah. Yeah, we're moving to Italy.
Let's move to the UK together. We'll get a farm.
So with how things are going, I don't think we'll be raising children in Florida. So we have some time, but we will be looking for houses soon.
When you do decide to have kids, are you going to want to be closer to your family? Do you want to like switch it out?
His parents would be very upset. We'll have to agree on a certain new state that's not in Florida.
So not
And there's always airplanes, there's always cars. People can still come visit. I'm not going to say that we're going to move to California. He has got me to say yes to Colorado, which my Colorado friends would love. But
you don't like Colorado?
I don't do good in snow. And Colorado is a landlocked state. I was born and raised in California, came to Florida. I like the ocean. I like seafood.
Boston. That's liberal.
That's still cold.
Speaking of assholes, who's the asshole?
So the title is, Am I the Asshole for Telling My Fiance Her Sister Isn't Invited to Our Wedding? What is your initial thought based off of the title?
Their sister isn't invited. So like his sister won't be invited, and I'm telling him that.
Mm-hmm.
I would think it would depend on the situation. If he told me my sister was not allowed to be at this wedding, I would laugh in his face.
It's our wedding. If we don't want them there, then they'll be there. But if you're saying your sibling, damn.
So your final vote is
We're voting on this?
just for now until I tell you the reason, the context, the whole entire story.
No. You're
Not the asshole? Okay.
Say yes, you are the asshole.
Okay. So myself, 27 male, and my fiance, 28 female, had been together close to a year, engaged for half of that. We were planning a wedding in the fall for 2024 and have started a guest list. She comes from a big family and I'm the only child. We are close with one of her sisters in particular and often went to visit her and play board games and such. This sister has a fiance and is pregnant. Recently, my fiance told me that her sister was having a shotgun wedding before the baby arrived in order to keep with their traditional values and appease familial religious desires. Back up a bit. I've done a lot for her sister and soon-to-be husband. I planned a birthday party for his son from another marriage. I've given rides, always brought little gifts when I visited. I've gone as far as to stop everything I was doing to help her during her health scare while she was pregnant. I felt like part of the family, Now, fast forward. In a text to my fiance, upon announcing her wedding, my sister made it a point to say, it's a small wedding, no plus ones, and stating that I can come afterwards to dinner. All was fine by me. I honestly don't mind, as ceremonies can be dull, and I understand why she would only want intimate family at her small wedding. I woke up on the day of the wedding to help my fiance get ready and drive her over to her sister's house. I planned on driving my fiance, her sister, and her sister's soon-to-be husband to the venue and bringing them to dinner afterwards. My fiance told me, it's okay, just drop me off at my sister's and we'll get a ride over. A little odd, but I was okay with it. I arrived over there, and as the fiance got out of my car, I asked if I could come in and congratulate them. She seemed hesitant and said, okay, let me just text my sister to make sure. I was dressed in plain clothes and was hesitantly invited to come inside, and we walked up to the house. Inside was a party of her siblings and their friends and significant others all dressed up. They all looked at me and didn't say much. I saw another one of her sisters and her new boyfriend was in a suit. Everyone was invited and the no plus ones only applied to me. I immediately left and in a text told my fiance they were off the guest list for our wedding. My fiance is upset at that because her sister is her close friend. She said maybe I did something to upset them, which is why I wasn't invited. And I've been nothing but kind and caring for the entire family. I spent hundreds of dollars and gone above and beyond for everyone. Now we're fighting over this. Am I the asshole?
No, you are not. I take my yes back. Again, depends on the situation.
That's fucked up.
That is.
Again, like, I feel like I'm close to you guys. I would feel hurt if I didn't get an invite at the end of the day, or if you'd be like, no, we're just having close. I planned this. So, like, I would feel hurt if you say, like, oh, it's just family, and I see photos of Kevin's bitch ass there, Ken's bitch ass there. I would feel so fucking hurt. I'm like,
okay, my thing is that they were
wow.
saying it's family only, but he was the fiance to the sister. He's technically family. My sister was getting married and said no to plus ones. I'd be like, there's a ring on my flipping hand. He's pretty much family.
Mm-hmm. But then when he was saying like friends, the sister's new boyfriend, everyone was there. I was just like, what? Something happened. You probably did do something, because why would they exclude you out? Especially if you're saying all the stuff that you've done for them. Like, oh.
We only got one side of the story.
Exactly. So I'm just thinking in my head, like, maybe the sister is an asshole because she's excluded you out. But it's like, I feel like there's more to the story.
Mm-hmm.
But off what he's given us and things like that, no. You're not an asshole. I've seen a lot of people in the comments that says you need to not punish the sister for not being invited to the wedding because of her decision, because at the end of the day you're hurting your fiance's feelings and she doesn't think it's bad and that you were excluded, which is a red flag. Like, how do you not think it's disrespectful for your sister to invite everybody but not invite your fiance, and you'd be perfectly fine with that? That's a slap in the face. Because, like, why are you not fighting for your fiance? That's mad disrespectful. Like you said, if someone were to say, you're invited, but Zach can't come.
What the fuck?
Package deal, baby.
Exactly.
Be together.
And I'm sure.
Forever.
Like, dude, no, you're not the fucking asshole, but there's definitely more to the fucking story. I know that for a fact.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So now we're going to play Hella Awkward, because there's 3 bitches now who have 3 different opinions, allegedly. We'll find out. So if you guys are not familiar with Hella Awkward, it's just a conversation game that has a deck of cards with a question on each, and they're split into 4 different categories. Yellow is real talk, pink is dating, blue is relationships, and red is sex. This is a great question for you two. Who was more invested in the relationship when you guys were just like fuck buddies?
Me.
Did you communicate that to him, or did you become delusional and be like, no, he loves me. He loves me.
Yes, I know that night. From the beginning, I told him to be honest with me. Communication is key, people. Communication is key.
In all relationships.
And was he communicating to me about what was happening? No, he was not. We went through some shit. Let me tell you. I'm not going to tell you, but I did go a little psycho, but.
Would you misread and just assume?
I don't think so. I think his actions, I guess, were different than what he was feeling, but he wasn't talking.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he wasn't telling me things that, or how he felt, which is typical, but like, then we were at an age where you really need to just communicate. He only started communicating when we started dating. Which is good. It's good. Communication is key. That's all I gotta say. You just need to be open and honest about everything. How you're feeling for sure. Because one of you is gonna get hurt.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, because there was no communication, what made you stick around? Thinking that he was gonna like change. Because after a while, it gets tiring. It's just like, okay.
I think once I found out what was going on.
Oh, once he
wasn't telling me, like what he wasn't telling me. I was like, okay, then this ain't a one-way street, bud. This is a two-way street. And he did not like that.
So you gave him like an ultimatum.
I wouldn't say an ultimatum. I think like, okay, you're doing this. That makes it right for me to do it because that means we're not exclusive.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's a two-way street. I'm not going to be waiting for you 24/7 when you're out doing who knows what with someone else. Whatever you're doing, I'm going to do too, I guess. But I don't know. I think there was just always something there that I just knew that he was, I don't want to say the one, but because he is now the one, but that there was something like still to wait for him for. Does that make sense?
You knew he had potential.
Yeah.
Because I could tell like before me and her got serious, like I wasn't like my authentic self because I had just come out into that recent relationship. So I was just very closed off, damaged, one would say.
You're in your fuckboy era.
Pretty much, yeah. It was healthy and it's beautiful to actually find somebody that you can be that true self with and express every emotion and say some dumb shit and they still stick by your side.
I feel that.
Because like I could see the difference in like previous relationship of felt like I was always trying to take something from the other person, like to take love. Whereas here it's, you know that you already have it and that you're just giving it to each other and not trying to take it from one another.
You seem like a person, because both of you guys are very giving people and things like that. So like you said, that you knew that there was a difference between this relationship and your previous relationships. That was the main thing, that you knew that you didn't have to be the giver in that relationship, that she was giving more than you were.
That, or we helped each other know that everything you need in life and everything that you will ever need is in you, so that you don't need any outside resources from somebody else, you know? So you know that when you're in a relationship, you're just giving what you already have in abundance to that other person. Oh, thank you.
That's so deep. Is that going to be your wedding speech?
I didn't mean to get that deep, but I was just being real with y'all.
We're in our soft girl era.
Yeah. No enemies. I like that. We're not mad at anybody. Life is good. And now your turn. Pick a card, Nathalia. We'll segue back into the game.
I like this dating thing since we got two bitches out here dating.
Said bitches.
Do you want kids? Why or why not? What's the ideal age? Like, when's your ideal age that you want to have your kids?
Going to be 29, and I wanted at least one before I was 30, and so I don't really know the ideal age. But I do. I want two. Yeah, I had the best mom. She was the greatest. I was a mommy's girl for sure, through and through. So yeah, I've always wanted to be a mom. When people asked what I wanted to be when I grew up, I said a mom.
So I guess now, because like it's no longer a thing to be like, I want this kid by this age. People are more going based off of their socioeconomics or whatever.
Yeah.
So you're more like, yes, you want kids, but like when it's financially right.
Yeah. Because you don't want to have a child and then struggle. Like, struggling is not fun, like at in any age, in any situation. Now you're in charge of this little life. You want the best for them. And yes, no matter what means you're in, like, you are going to give them that, but like there's always that like guilt, which I feel like no matter what, you're going to have that guilt. But you always just want to be prepared for who knows.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah.
Want children?
Oh God. Wouldn't this be bad if I said yes?
No.
I do want kids. I do. Two, preferably, a boy and a girl, but I know you can't plan that out.
It used to be just one because he's an only child.
Like being an only child, lonely. Because I'm assuming you hear her conversations with like her siblings, and you're just like, I mean, I feel like you had that in your friends though.
Yeah, because like my neighbors, Kaylin and Candace, like I knew them since I was like a little kid, and even like their brother Cody. So just growing up with them, like they felt like my extended brothers and sisters. Like we went through everything, camp, like literally every trip, every outing. We were always there together, fighting, fucking doing shit. It was good. So I had that, but not the actual brother living upstairs or sister living in, I didn't have that. So I would have loved to have had a brother or sister. Little sack attack running around.
Oh God, he's gonna be tipping cows and shit, wearing steel toe shoes.
Again. Oh my God, I never fucking tipped a cow in my life.
Would you date a coworker, and does seniority matter? No, I would not date a coworker. That gets messy. No ifs, ands, or buts. And seniority, yes, it does matter.
Me personally, I've seen my workforce and ain't nothing special about it. Fuck no, I'm not gonna fuck a coworker. Zach was a coworker. I did it at a time think he was cute, but then you get to know him. It's just like,
He's taken now, so.
Yeah. But no, like, I've never seen someone at work and be like, I want to have a relationship with you. As I get to know them for some reason, it's just a turn off.
I mean, I did mess around with a coworker.
Oh, gosh.
Horrible. Because then it gets awkward because then you got to show up to work together. You feel the energy just looming behind you. And we were the same level. And then I did have a soup that tried to get with me.
Who?
But I knew that I didn't, because I was like new and I didn't want it to be known around that, oh, he only got a higher position because he slept with so-and-so.
I know who it is.
I will say, though, if they're seasonal, why not? They're
Fuck
only
it.
there for a short amount of time.
See, no, look, different. This is different. If I worked at Disney, I'm fucking an Irishman. Because the college program, bitch, you got a buffet. Exactly. They're here from a different country. They're fucking.
You get a buffet.
You get a buffet of Italians, Germans. What countries you got over there?
It depends on where you
UK.
work. Epcot, yeah, you have the whole world at your hands. But Magic Kingdom, not so much.
They don't have a college program over there?
No, they do. But like the internationals usually go to Epcot.
Girl, if I worked at Disney, Epcot, I would fuck around. I would fuck a coworker.
And they do. They do.
Oh,
for sure.
I've heard stories. And I've never worked at Disney. These are the people I hear the stories about. It's amazing. I love it.
All right. This one says, if your identity could remain anonymous, would you go to a sex party?
Fuck yes. I've always wanted to go
yes, I would.
I've always wanted to go to a sex club.
I don't know if this is you participating. Would you just go to one, but nobody knows that you went there?
I would
I'd participate.
You participate?
Yeah, fuck it. Yeah, if
You
I was
would?
anonymous, yeah.
I don't think I would participate.
Let's get that under record.
I would if no one knew who I was. But that means you wouldn't be there.
Would you guys? Would you guys ever do swingers?
No.
Let's tell you what you got.
I got one for relationships. Should relationships be easy? I say no because if it's easy, it's not real. Because not everyone is the same as one another. Me personally, I've never met a couple who's just like all fine and dandy. Like, we're the same person. We never fight. And like, yeah, I'll see that exterior wise. But like, once they break up, they were like, oh, I went through a lot of shit with this person. So I don't think relationships are ever easy. And if it is easy, you're probably not getting the authentic person in that relationship.
Because what was the question? Should it be easy?
Should relationships
I'll just say
be
no.
easy?
I'll keep it quick. Yeah, just no. Should be a challenge. Not like a hard challenge, but should work together on stuff. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What you got, Holly Beam?
I'm thinking about our relationship. We went through a lot at the beginning, for sure.
Since you came official, has it been easy?
We have grown a lot. That time before we were official, there was a lot that happened.
Mm-hmm.
And we grew a lot. And there more communication on certain topics has happened. Where I think he like understands certain things about me now. Because there was a time where he would like really fully believe that my view on certain things would change. And I'm like, no, it's not going to.
Mm-hmm.
Like some crappy stuff happened in that situation that's not gonna really change.
Mm-hmm.
And I think now that he's like learned more about it, he's like, oh yeah, no, it's not gonna change. But I don't know. Easy? it's not terrible if it is easy. Because I feel like we click really well and it, not a breeze, but like it's, I don't know, it's easy. It's
Easy would say like we don't acknowledge what's going on, and we just say everything's fine.
Oh yeah, everything's fine.
We're
But
good.
then you know inside you there's a certain
There's
part of you
issues
that
that
your
haven't
partner
been-
doesn't know because you're afraid. Because that's gonna be easier for the
'Cause you're
relationship.
scarred from somebody else,
But
or something. Yeah.
you as a person, you're not living your authentic self, so it's not truly easy.
Because you're just dating because you just want somebody
Exactly.
present with you.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and that way no.
This bitch loves to run her Disney marathons. She's a crackhead. Whenever
To go for your runs. 2 a.m. She's up.
Okay, we live in Florida, people. Okay, it's hot. You gotta beat the heat, and to do that, you gotta wake up pretty early. And it's not 2 a.m. My alarm's at like 3:30, but I leave for work at 3:40. So my body usually is up already by that time.
Like I'm struggling because I've been on a fitness girly trend right now where my friend wants me to like be more active because she knows I have like health issues. She's trying to keep the lights on in this body. You know what I mean?
It's hard.
It is because she has a new baby. She only time she has is in the morning. So she's like, if we go, you have to be here in the morning. So I wake up at 5:45 in the fucking morning to meet this bitch at the gym at 6.
I'm proud of you. It is so okay. If you're trying to better yourself, it is so hard. And the number one, like the hardest thing is just getting there. You think, yeah, waking up early could be like the easiest thing ever. It is not. It is not. And then trying to like get out of that comfy warmness of your bed just to go to your car and then to a gym where you actually have to like it's so hard. So you need to give yourself grace no matter what.
It's
and if you are on
horrible.
that healthy kick, like food wise, that shit's hard too. Start
rough.
very little and move, like make habits.
I'm doing realistic right now. Like, I don't want to tell her that she's been good for me because that's just going to make her head be swollen, but she knows she is.
That's so sweet.
Like, without her, my body would be decrepit and I'd be like probably missing a limb, let's be all honest. But no, it's definitely hard. Like waking up at 6 o'clock in the morning and I'm like super like healthy right now. I'm taking vitamins. I'm taking a symbiotic.
Do you know what I need to buy you? Lion's mane.
What's that?
Hush yourself.
Lion's mane.
Lion's mane, people. It's a mushroom that grows naturally in the wild, but this is like a liquid that you can take. It's like a drop, and it helps like with your brain cells to like rebuild all the neurons in your head, and helps like with your energy. And like there's another one I take is mullein for your lungs. Total 180 of who
I'm
I
not
am.
gonna lie to you. I don't feel shit different with these fucking vitamins. My throat hurts because I'm swallowing fucking horse pills,
Yeah,
but I don't feel nothing with these vitamins. I'm taking Ritual multivitamin.
I gotta get you on some ashwagandha.
That's the stress reducer one.
That sounds like
That
weed.
shit's good.
Is
That
gonna
actually works, okay? Let me tell you.
Is that
if you
gonna
have
appear on a
stress
drug
in your
test?
life, you
No.
need to get it because it is. Restaurant business is pretty stressful.
Oh god.
It's in my little vitamin pack. Shout out to Care of. It's so much calmer. People will be stressing out about something. I'm like, calm down.
Yeah. So I like it. It's been interesting. I'm just like right now I'm being a little bit more intentional like how I treat my body because I don't want to have all these health issues when I'm older, especially with my parents. They gave me a fucked up cocktail. I have diabetes on both sides of my family. My mom's side is riddled with heart disease. So I'm trying to be more healthier because I'm not trying to live a limited life when I'm old as fuck. So again, Natalie's helping keeping the lights on in this heart and body. So thank you.
Yay.
Pew pew pew. I'm assuming your mother's side has a history of cancer.
There's a lot.
Is that the reason why you're kind of like a health nut?
I'm gonna say yes. So after my mother died, when I was in high school, I'm gonna say senior year,
Mhm.
I went like crazy on wanting. I was a Grey's Anatomy fanatic, and guess what? Miss Dr. Bailey came out with that test that you could take to tell you all the diseases you could have in your life and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
And so I thought it was real, and I wanted it to take it so bad because I went crazy because I don't know why, but I was like, I want children, but if I'm gonna die, I don't really want to leave them motherless because it's not fun to
Mm-hmm.
be motherless at such a young age. So, like, I went a little crazy
Mm-hmm.
about wanting to, like, figure that out. But yeah, I started going to certain doctors. Like, my mother had skin cancer, so I started going to a dermatologist.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like there must be, like, a cancer gene in our genetics.
Mm-hmm.
Don't know which one. But yeah, I don't know. I exercise a lot. But yeah, I'm active. My dad has diabetes. My mom had I think they both had high blood pressure.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I don't know. I eat pretty healthy.
Yeah, you do. Her stomach is like a fucking squirrel. This bitch don't eat nothing. And I always feel like a fat ass when I'm around her. Not with Zach, because me and Zach can eat. But like when I'm around Holly, I'm just like looking at her plate and then looking at mine. I'm like,
We both had burgers today.
you were hungry. The fuck are you talking about? But on days where we're coming from her house or whatever, and we're going to his parents' house, she'll get like lettuce and fucking tomatoes and shit. And I'm just getting steak. I'm getting tacos and shit like that. And she's just like, I'm full. I was like, bitch, I still want I want dessert. Where the fuck is the pie at? Like, it's rough. Don't get healthy friends. Get the bad friends.
Last question of the night.
Oh, upside down.
Real talk. Oh, yeah, this is what I picked.
You forgot how to read for a second.
That's that Indiana. Life is fragile, so is money. Would you want 10 more years or 1 more million? I thought it was different when I grabbed it, but whatever. I've already said it, so. Life is fragile, so is money. Would you want 10 more years or 1 more million?
Mine's easy. I don't want money.
Fuck, I get torn on these.
In all honesty, at this point in my life, I have nothing to live for. Like, there's nothing in my life that I'm like, if I were faced with death, that I would like bargain with him and be like, no, let me live for a couple more like years. There's nothing in my life at this current moment that I'm just like dying to live. Not saying that I want to kill myself, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
but I'm
no,
just
I mean,
saying like there's nothing to live
beauty
for.
in that.
I
Yeah.
would take money because to me, in the time that I'm at, money will solve so much of my issues and stuff like that, and it will let me feel more free. Even though I'm doing the most I can on my own as I'm working to survive, I'm not working to live. So the million will definitely let me like live. So I pick
More money, more problems, though, you know?
Not me, bitch, because the next time someone wants to come tax me, like, can I get money? Bitch, it's spent. Fuck you mean? I ain't got no money for you.
And there's your problem.
Is it though?
But in 10 years, you can make more than $1 million. What about that?
Who? In what job?
I'm just saying you could.
I don't see it. No.
I think that's my
Unless
answer.
my
I would
pod
take
likes
the
to
10
pop
years.
off, then that's different.
So I'll take the 10 years.
10 more years with you, Holly, is worth anything than more than $1 million.
You hear that he's valuing their relationship at $1 million.
Oh, gosh.
So for you guys, because you guys have stuff to live for, money isn't it. I probably will. It's not Dumbledore's bitch ass. I know. It's so sad.
Doesn't have to be like on anybody's timeline. Like, just that's why I always thought, like, I used to get like depressed because like out of high school, like I didn't go into college. I didn't get the big job. I didn't make the big money, and I saw other people making it. So I'm like, fuck, when's it gonna be my turn? But everybody's learning at their own pace, you know,
Mm-hmm.
doing their own thing.
I have a lot of regrets today.
You've learned it. Now you know.
I've learned to not fall back into it, but I think it comes with also setting boundaries. I've been better at setting boundaries. Like, I've always been outspoken and I've been confrontational, but now I'm starting to think more mindfully in terms of caring about people's,
The eye roll.
feelings. I'm being more mindful and just setting the boundaries to not have to like be in that position to hurt other people's feelings. Before, I wouldn't mind hurting your fucking feelings. It is what it is. I don't give a flying fuck.
Mhm.
But now it's like, I don't have to be cruel to get my point across. I can just be more communicative. Or just say no, because no is a full sentence.
Because they always show like all the hate that's going on, all the wars and all that
Yeah.
shit. But I don't know. I see a lot of people stepping into their like spiritual sides and figuring out what's going on inside of them, and it's pretty good. It's pretty beautiful.
Fucking A. Well, that was it, guys. Did you guys have anything to say?
No, this was amazing. I loved that there was 3 people on this. This was fun.
I like having 3 people. I might
That's
have
good.
to upgrade my life.
You might have to. It's a good like banter between everybody with 3 people.
It is. Now, will this stay when I move to the UK? Will they follow? The answer is no, because Holly does not want to. Holly's holding
We
up
will
everything.
come and visit. What if we move to Italy?
I'd visit. I like pasta. I can speak
I'll move to
Spanish.
Italy. Okay.
Listen, when I worked at Universal, like in the parks, I would speak Spanish to the Portuguese. We can communicate. Horrible.
Yeah.
But that was it. I enjoyed this a lot. Having conversations with you, getting to know Holly more on a deeper level. I've been new Zack on a deeper level. I don't know if I cried with you. Have I cried with you before? We still have time. We will.
Damn.
I always like crying with my friends. That's when I know it's real. Well, that was it, guys. Thank you so much. I didn't say in the beginning because I forget. Make sure you like, subscribe, hit that notification for the YouTube viewers. And for the audio listeners, subscribe or follow wherever you get your podcasts. And stay well. Be mindful. Don't forgive. Fuck everybody. But be true to yourself. Dos y daña.
Con Dios.
Bye.